and that way I'll prevent people from attacking Silesia. Nice, slaves are great. So, let's get our navy down to Stad and prepare to get them up into Great Britain. Meanwhile, I'm amazed this land is held as well as it did. Time to go and eradicate these individuals. And then get my troops back up to the north. Lubeck's quite nice this time of year. Jake, lazy diplomats. Oh, don't I know. Might as well keep this. No, it's the British infiltration I will need to administrate. Yeah. Got claims on Aberdeen and the Highlands. I may just take the Western Isles as well. Scottish land is piss poor. Alright, good. They have barely any troops in the bulk of their country. So once we slap out Flanders... I had no idea that French had Zeeland. Ooh, I could give that back to Flanders. They would want that, right? They would definitely want that. Well, I can maybe go straight for Great Britain. I just need them to take that. Okay, we'll get a balanced stack to make our incision on the Highlands, so I can get a 17 stack there. It's a shame they're all fairly beaten. A couple of horses for good measure. That's 18. Godspeed. Yeah, if you need me to read a message, it pings up in red and I can read it if you put DDR or Jake, or DDR Jake, into the name. Might will need to return course to France when making peace with Austria, or you lose the alliance. No, you only get the malice if they occupy the land and you don't give it to them. That's what really irritates them. Oh boy, great opportunity to wipe some Austrians and Hungarians. Who could want anything more than that? That is, of course, assuming that the guy don't get wiped like that. Jake, does that DDR Shen guy automatically pop up in red? No, he does not. At least I don't think so. I'm sure I'd remember something like that. Right, you arrive there on the 7th. Let's hope we can arrive there in time to avert the massacre. So the good thing is this war will go on for a fairly long time, gives me plenty of time to core Lubeck and Mecklenburg. Now I can only shoulder, how much? 19 base stacks worth of land, because I'm also holding on to Kazan, which is almost converted, and I will sell it to the guy who are having a few problems of their own. Novgorod, how much money do you have? Well, you're not up at the tops. Hardly any, even though I gave you loads of money. Well, let's give you even more loads of money. Another grand should do it, right? Hey, what the heck just happened there? Something strange, I'm sure. Okay, they got it. Also, this might even raise France's war enthusiasm because they'll no longer have provinces occupied. So, it's 25. Maybe not then. Doesn't seem to be making a dent. Still, we'll give up Zeeland. Now, I don't think this will impact on my aggressive expansion. No, probably just France's. Still, there we go. A stronger Flanders can only work to my benefit, I'm sure. And France don't even hate us for doing that. In fact, France love us. Did I ever fight you? Doesn't feel like I did. Whatever, let's set that right. Wasn't paying attention, I suppose. Right. Let's get our arses kicked. Ooh, that's painful. There's some fairly unfortunate rolls on our part. But you can't beat the Swedish super soldier. I would appreciate having less of those, though. Let's heal up in... Gee, tiny support limits around here. Bells will have to do. So who else is still in this war that we can rip and tear out of? Really, it's just Great Britain and Great Britain. That's all we really want. Tuscany are too big to vassalize unless I get a claim on one of their provinces. Not that I'm sure I particularly want them right now. Let's go and bring more troops in for our Great British attack. Meanwhile, it would be nice to support those pretenders, except I can't. Thank you, game. How did Jake initially convert to Shamanist anyway? I missed the earlier streams. I got rid of all my land except for Lapland, which starts the game as Shamanist, and then I went bankrupt. That is the only known way to convert from a religion to a pagan religion. You cannot give in to zealots. For one, zealots are very hard to come by when it comes to pagans, and for the other, you simply cannot give in to them. You have to be within the pagan group to give in to pagan zealots. Come now, I've almost finished doing this. So do Hungary no longer get their increased coring cost idea at all? Is it completely gone? How sad. Reckless privateer. Well, I do like getting better relations over time, and privateer efficiency is a bit rubbish. Look at that, it didn't even hurt my power projection doing that. And I've got my ships just staying at home. Okay, now I will want to take this land, so I may as well make a move out on it. Preferably somewhere that I have good defense in. There's a lot of marsh there, but hills and forests over here. I need to take my claims. Let's get more troops to the Highlands, get it finished off so I can slaughter the enemy fleet. We'll keep their army there, because why not? It's not like they pose any great threat. And our cores are halfway done. Everything just coming up Thrill House. And yes, prestige from land battles. It's an idea that I never gave much thought to before actually seeing Bane Williams use it. And then I thought, hey, hold on, if you're getting somewhere in the region of 12 prestige per battle, regardless of the battle size, then that is something we can use. Now, unfortunately, taking land off of you is going to be quite expensive. I'm going to have to split up across your land, which isn't going to be nice for me when you're going to have pretender revolts that I cannot back. Alright, say goodnight to your fleet. That feels good. And those pretender rebs work to my advantage, although... I think it's going to take a while for the Western Isles to fall anyway, so we'll just do this. Scottish land is a little bit worthless. So we'll just send small stacks down there whilst everyone else moves to the rich English land. And we will probably not have our monarch dealing with that. Oh, okay. He died anyway. And we get a new, really bad heir, so straight away, I don't care if you die. The new Karl Horn is in the house, he can go down and deal with all that. Simply flatten the enemy fleet, and I feel monstrously over-prepared when it comes to my heavies. Especially when France himself can take care of them. Oh well. We care not. So we kill the English, or the British, and then we take what is rightfully ours. That's a pain. And I still can't support you. Despite you actually being an available... well, you know what? I don't know. Oh, yeah, you were spawned by event. This is going to get tricky. Oh, especially because he's going up to kill those, aren't you? Alright, well, I'll have to kill those pretenders because I really want the Highlands. Jake, is British Mexico still going bankrupt? Yes. I wonder why. Possibly due to endless occupation by the French. Speaking of the French and occupation, could be my chance to take a bit more land off of France. Is that really wise? Probably not. Alright, we need more troops in Britain. Good, we've got him. Lothian used to be a lot more mountainous in EU3. Let's take London, we need it. So does anyone who's played Great Britain for any length of time know how to end this event? This whole pretenders rising up and killing my armies? Because I would quite like them not to be here. Where are they going? Why are we running and they're not? What are you doing, pretenders? Get out. Good thing you have fairly high maneuver. Alright, as long as they don't go to the Highlands, we should be safe. Or into my army, that would be quite unsafe as well. And our troops need to stop wandering around, because we're just getting shreckled. You have to outlast it, okay, so you can't just kill them all. Alright, let's keep you there for a wee while. No, they're English to kill. And they shall be killed. Okay, I'd forgotten about these troops here. Let's finish off the sieges on claims of mine. And look at France just not doing anything about their land being in dire straits. Well, who am I to tell them what to do? Boy, do I wish I could mothball my fleets right about now. Those heavies are costing me an arm and a leg. To the extent where, really, should be making better use of them. Oh, you can't blockade much tax at all. Well, the Western Isles is only 2 base tax. So, go blockade, please. All you need is a small fleet. We'll send the rest over here because this is quite a bit of base tax. Good old Aberdeen. Can't beat it. I would like to have them a little bit further south, but I'm not going to be able to have that. I want to be able to react to any fleet that wants to take down mine. Who's in the war, Jake? I just tuned in. Well, we've chewed out quite a lot of the war participants, but mostly Austria-Hungary. Great Britain is going to give us back our land. And everybody wins. So which are the provinces that are blockaded here? Oh, that's excellent. It prioritizes the ones that you're sieging. Well, I'm assuming that's what it's doing. Spain, why are you involved? Well, you're tying up the British fleet, so thanks for that. And we have pretty much all the land we wanted from this area. Shame about the horrible supply limits here. So let's get our troops over to Warsaw. And... Plock? Yeah, Plock's good enough. Now if you have a high enough maneuver general, you can reinforce in enemy land just as good as you reinforce in your own. I have Karl Horn with maneuver 4, so I reinforce at 90% of the rate that I would in my home provinces. If he had 5 or 6, I would do 100%. If he had nothing, it would be 50%. Jake, the English Civil War can only end if England has +1 stability and no active revolts, and stays about that for a year. Oh, not the Highlands, please, I need that. And I bet you're nowhere near giving me the oh my. Oh my. Well, there's other provinces I want, you know. Alright, forget this Wessex hunk. Oh well, Wessex is almost done. It's almost popped. But I will, however, send one blocking the way. Well, I'm... I have every confidence that they won't be able to take the Highlands in time. Oh boy, I don't want them to take that back. But I don't particularly want to fight the Austrians until I get my troops all back. No! My land! Alright, we need to continue our incursion into Siberia. We need to prevent Iberian Siberia. We need to prevent it. Alright, can I really take on those Brits? Well, I do really want the Highlands, so get out, please. Holy crap! That's just nasty. So what, do they spawn pretenders in all bordering provinces? Holy smokes. Oddly enough though, this can work to my advantage. Especially since they're coming my way. So, please do. It's a shame you got that back. Okay, we will have to kill you. Now I just need to defeat you. Might not look particularly good, but you got the river crossing penalty and we have the better general. So as long as we don't get poor rolls, and it looks like we're not. We've no longer infiltrated your administrate, but that's a-okay. Just need to kill you. You are continuing our fine work on Aberdeen. Unfortunately, the Highlands regained quite a bit of the garrison. 700 of. Alright, London is get. Jeez, who would have thought Britain was so hard to take? But yeah, as long as we can get our troop numbers back. And the best way I can see to do that is to add to... Oh god, no, we're blocked off, aren't we? Harumph. Shame, we got the necessary war score, but I need the Highlands. Maybe I can forsake Aberdeen, but I really want Aberdeen, so... Alright, excellent. Mecklenburg and Lubeck are done. No revolts either. Let's go and get our land back. And I got that Casus Belli that I needed on Siberia. I really want to figure out why they became Shamanist, even though they have no Shamanist provinces. Was it because Siberian nationalists rose up in my Shamanist land? Potentially. Was it because I supported them? Also potentially. Jake, I think they got the allow Scotland to convert to reformed or face huge revolts decision. Never knew about that decision, but I've only played Great Britain once. Jake, how is the French war exhaustion? Quite high. They'll probably be out of this war before too long. But I have the necessary war score to take my land, so it doesn't really matter if they join the war or not. If they leave the war or not, rather. I would love to see assault this. But that's probably a foolish thing to do. Okay, white peace. Let's try and get our land back and try not to lose too much war score here. We haven't won a majority of the battles, but we have plus 40 from battles. That should be enough to take the Hungarian land. Okay, I don't like the look of this one falling. Good, got the Highlands. Let's just take Aberdeen and call it a day. At least for Britain. Let's also leave behind a tiny stack, just to prevent the British from potentially assaulting. I don't want them to do that. Go, my super soldiers. Gee, at this rate, you'd think I'd be better off just taking England rather than Scotland. Alright, 70% chance. How could I lose? Oh, we got that land back. That was faster than expected. And as expected, we can take all this land, no problem. Heck, I could probably throw in... No, I can't throw that in. Alright, Aberdeen falls and we're good. So please fall. Excellent. Get some reparations because this war has been quite expensive. And I would love to get rid of your alliance with Austria because it's kind of getting in the way here. 3 provinces, alliance with Austria, and all their money. Perfect. There's a slight concern that this will not give me enough war score for Austria themselves. Still got it. In fact, by 1, we still have it. Somebody says Jake dip points. Well, just spent them. Or at least... we'll take care of it. We'll reduce war exhaustion. How about that? Now, those pretenders will go away. We'll probably want a good army around here because it's a revolting mess. Get those corps going. You should get off that province right now. But you don't for some reason. Well, we'll kill you anyway. And yes, please give us that land. It's not going to push us over the edge, is it? 48% on top of that. Takes us to 100. Clinical. Gee, you're higher base tax than I thought. 8? Well, core's a core, as they say. I don't think anyone says that other than me. And what's more, Nagai can finally get that province. I've been holding on to them. Jake, your ships are preventing the rebels from crossing. Good point. Now, did I really spend far too much on my navy here? I guess fleet maintenance is far too much. Pretty much costing me all of my income. Well, we can worry about that another time. I don't think having a big stack of heavies is necessary anymore, though, after all. Now I can mount a good attack from Great Britain here. I just need to have my troops here before the war starts. France still love us. In fact, if anything, I hate them for making separate peace. So really, I spent way too much on these, so let's get rid of quite a lot of them. I can see no good use for them. Huh, okay, the pretenders still want to be there. We sell you Kazan because I never wanted it. And that Muscovite truce will be over in a year. That's nice. What would also be nice is to help you out a bit. Let's give you 1,000 ducats. Shame it takes our colonists so long to arrive. But that is just due to me not having a land connection all the way over here. Unfortunately, it does make us run the risk of Iberia and Siberia. Time to integrate Poland yet, Jake? Almost. I need to get Bohemia and make them return Krakow. We still have a truce, though. They're allied to Hesse, Palatinate, and Saxony. Saxony I do have a border with and could attack. I mean, I just got out of a war with Austria. They may very well join in again. There's no easy way for me to tell. Oh, shoot. 2,000 men there just sitting around. Can't be having that. Get you up to the glorious Highlands. Actually, that's far too many men for the Highlands. Or rather, just for Scotland. Could probably police Scotland with a 20-ish stack. 1,000? What happened to tight-fisted Jake? I got plans, don't you worry, girlie. Not over our force. No, in fact, we're under our force limit. Alright. A small token force of cannons. 2 cavalry. 14,000, that should be fine. And the rest can Gingham. And I'll keep them plonked right in the Highlands, because that's the mountainous province. Don't want the Western Isles revolting either, but we've got the troops to deal with it. Did Ratibor lose Polish core? I don't think it ever had a Polish core. It's Silesian. Wish I had a border with you so I could then attack you for it. Northern Germany's been very nice to not rebel during all this time. Feels a shame being over my limit here, though. I have no idea what province I just said I'd convert there. Jake, remember what happened when England tried to police Scotland with a small force. That's alright. Swedes are made of super soldiers. We even got Karl Horn on the case. The unbeatable man. Oh, I never did trash Austria's prestige. Well, that's okay. Oh, geez, it's not okay in Great Britain. Not looking so great today, chum. So I was gifting our friend Novgorod lots of money so they would build province improvements, because I get those province improvements when I integrate him. Look at that. Canal on Novgorod. Armories. Constables. He builds them up with the money because he has very little else to spend his money on as a vassal. Wow, he really burns through that money. Okay. Rebel sentiment is still there, I see.